Hey guys, it sucks and welcome back to my channel for another speed build. Today I'm doing just kind of a house. That's the best way to describe this. A house. It's pretty darker on the exterior. The color palette's definitely more suburban. We're in Brindleton Bay today though. But yeah, I just kind of started building and this was the end result. Really, it's just kind of one of those houses where you just start building, you don't really have an explanation for, and you're just doing it. But yeah, it's definitely more of a darker palette, and the interior as well, it's a little bit more brighter on the interior. It's definitely more in the contemporary style. I feel like it's not quite modern, it's still pretty suburban, but I just kind of wanted an excuse to use my favorite windows, which are the Moschino stuff pack windows. I love them more than life itself. They're the best things added to this game. Honestly, the entire stuff pack of Moschino, worth it just for the windows. But actually though, the Moschino stuff pack is like kind of great for like the price. Like the photography that comes with it's pretty damn cool, and I've played through it once and I don't remember it being too glitchy in terms of like later added Sims careers. It works pretty good, and just the stuff that comes with it, I think it comes with some nice decor stuff. Honestly, they kind of slapped with Moschino. And the tacky outfits, I find that I do use those for like my tacky Sims, like Sims who wear dumb rich people shit like that. So I do have a use for those clothes, and the items are just kind of like, I don't know, loft industrial kind of items, and they're pretty versatile in a lot of builds. But yeah, it's a little bit outside of the style of Brindleton Bay like originally, but like it still kind of fits in. Like it's a suburban house in a suburban neighborhood. I feel like yeah, it's probably like that one house like on the block that just shows up and is like so not the correct like architectural style of the neighborhood. Like that drives me insane. Like some places, like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like I used to go to school in this really rich area, and like I'm not rich myself, just saying, but like it was a very rich area, and it was all like Tudor style, like gigantic ass homes. Like it's a very old neighborhood, but like it's a very rich neighborhood. Lots of giant ass Tudor mansions. And one day someone just decides to build like a Spanish colonial house in the middle of the neighborhood. And like, don't get me wrong, it's a nice looking house and I do love that style, but why the hell would you be plopping that down in the middle of like a heritage neighborhood like that, bro? Like, huh? Sorry, that's just something that peeves me off. And in my own town, we have a very like, I don't know, specific style. I live in a very like small town in Ontario. It's French. It's a very French. But like we have a very, not even specific architectural style. It's just not very like modernized, but then someone threw like this weird like modern contemporary house like right on the block, like where the school is and where the old ass church is, and it just looks so ugly. Like, dude, I hate when people just come in and like ruin architectural integrity in an area, and that might really be like a problem nobody else has and is very nitpicky and probably kind of stupid. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know. It's sad to me, especially more in like heritage neighborhoods. I feel like the area where I went to school in, like, it's had that style since like I forget, was it the 1800s, maybe late 1800s for sure. Early 1800s is when that neighborhood was founded, and a lot of those houses were built. Yeah, they're old. I remember my friend used to live kind of on the outskirts of that neighborhood, and it was kind of lower income housing, but it was still like a part of that neighborhood. And it was a rented house, but it was built at the same time the whole neighborhood was. Oh my god, the inside, it was like so old, it was so gross, like mold everywhere, and like it it's just an old ass house in an old ass neighborhood. I'm sure the other houses were nicer, but it was like a rented house, and I honestly like the fact that they got that house in that neighborhood. Like, I love her. I love my friend. I love my best friend. She's great. Like the houses she lived in were just not it, fam. Like, she lived in the one she lived in before that was haunted though, so I guess that's better. I swear to God, that house is awful. Oh my God. Anyways, I don't know where I've gone on with this rant, but yeah, we're on the interior now. Oh my God, I've been talking for so long that I don't even know where I am. But yeah, we're in the interior. I think the living room is definitely like my favorite room. It photographs like the best, and I tried to clutter up this build, but not clutter it up too much, you know, just like enough clutter to make it seem pretty lived in. I'd like to say the living room is the most cluttered, probably. Like, everything else is pretty, like, I don't know. I wanted to add a little bit of character, but I didn't want to go too overboard. It was kind of a quicker, smaller-ish build. Like, you know, it's 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bath. There's a weird like half bath / laundry room. Like, there's a laundry room, there's some counters, there's a sink, and then there's like a little extra kind of hallway that leads to a toilet. You'll see. I built it relatively soon in the speed build, but then there's also a master, or I say master, it's on the main floor. It's not connected to any bedroom. There's no bathroom upstairs. Not realistic, maybe? I don't know. Maybe there's houses like that. I've never seen one, but I don't know. It's just kind of how it turned out. I had a really awkward shape to work with for this speed build, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out an arch to put there, but I finally figured it out. Here we go, building this weird little bathroom stall though. You'll see what I mean. It's just, I don't know. I say like, oh, people might not have this in their house, but I do actually know of someone who has something kind of like this in their house, very vaguely. It's like a mud room that kind of leads to the outside, but there's also just like a tiny ass little bathroom to the side of it. And I think there's a sink in that one, but you know, I think I had a 1x3 space, 1x2, so like I couldn't even fit a sink in there and have it be functional. So, whoops. And then there's this weird like foyer area that just kind of takes up space. I don't know. The floor plan on the main floor is just weird because of, I don't know, I guess where I had to put the stairs and where I had to put the bathroom just to make it flow. I don't know. It was a very strange process. And it's a little weird. It's a little wonky, but it's nothing like those, oh my God, those insane, like, awful floor plans I've been seeing all over Twitter and TikTok. Like, what the hell? People trying to build them in The Sims, floor plans that just make no sense. You have to, like, travel all the way across the house to get to the bathroom in like 3 people's bedrooms. Like, it's just really weird floor plans, and they're kind of fun, and I might like to try building one in The Sims. I don't know though. I don't know if I don't know. I haven't made a floor plan in The Sims in a long time. I more try to make the structure first. Like, I try to make the outside look pretty first, and it's harder for me to do that when I just like put the floor plan down. Like, it's just harder for me to figure out roofing if I don't like go into it with an idea. Yeah, does that make sense? Probably not. This kitchen, sorry, I'm gonna talk about this kitchen real quick. It's a little weird. It's a little retro for some reason. It came off that way kind of, and I kind of like it. It's almost like the kitchen still needs to be updated. That's kind of what I feel like is this house. It's definitely like an updated house. It's been repainted, rebricked, stuff like that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe the kitchen has not been updated yet for some reason, because it's a little yeah, it's just a little aged, I feel like, especially with the tile. I say that like I didn't make the decision to do that. Like, I'm like critiquing my build, like, yeah, it's aged, it's kind of like I did that. I made that choice to do that. and I'm calling it out. I love that I'm calling myself out in my own build. I mean, hey, you know what? I come up with these little stupid stories when I'm making these builds in my head. of these rogue designers. Like, I remember the last build I made duplexes. It's talking about the rogue designer who freaking designed 2 entirely different duplexes. Like, that would just not happen in real life. I feel like you would not have 2 sides of a duplex being completely different, like, interior styles. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, I love how I'm just LARPing these rogue designers in The Sims 4 now through my builds. It's kind of therapeutic though, honestly. It's kind of therapeutic to do that. It's just the amount of ways you can play God in this game. Okay, this voiceover before it takes a darker turn. Yeah, for some reason I had to go back and fix that painting. Eventually, the one above the arch, because it was like leaning into the wall. I went to go take screenshots and it was just like halfway in the ceiling. But yeah, the exterior, or not the exterior, the backyard. Why do I not remember us furnishing the backyard? Oh no, I do. But yeah, it was really fast, just because it wasn't too landscaped too much. I don't know why, but like I feel like I'm progressing backwards in my landscaping skills. Like I feel like I'm getting worse at landscaping. Is that possible? I think it must be, because I look at my builds and I see, oh yes, I'm getting worse at landscaping. Oh yes, another room with an awkward layout. These bedrooms, this house is just awkward. I think that's the way to describe it. It's very awkward. These bedrooms don't make too much sense, but they're kind of weird shapes. I don't know why I decided to give them the world's worst shapes. But I just did. It's what happened, and yeah, I decided I didn't want to change it. But it's definitely more for like a kid, I feel like, maybe a teenager. Got a little bunk bed, you got a little, desk space, just enough to, live in. And the master's a little bit cramped. I think you should be able to get to the bed just fine. Keep in mind I didn't playtest it. Also, if you want this build, my gallery ID is below. All the information on this build, of course, will be down below in the description, but we're kind of getting to the end. Really, we just got this bedroom, then we furnished the hallway, even though there's not much room to add a lot. But yeah, thank you all for watching this speed build. I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little weird, a little awkward, but I had fun. Hope you had fun too. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video of whatever I make. Bye.